Sri from KRM Public School. Today we are going to discuss about aim, curricular goals, competencies and learning outcomes. So let's see how these terms are interconnected with each other. So we'll start from aims of education. So aims of education is derived from the curricular goal, and the curricular goal is derived from the top-down standard goal, the competencies, and the competencies derived from the learning outcomes. So now we will see the curriculum goal derived from the educational, and the aim of education and the curricular goals are classified according to the development domain wise. So now let's see about the definition and aims of education. So aims of education: curriculum development, institutional arrangements, funding and financing. So the purpose of the educational system is to develop a good human being, capable of rational thoughts and action, possessing compassion and empathy and courage and resilience, scientific temper and creative imagination with sound ethics and values. It aims at producing engaged and protective and contributing citizen for building an equitable. Now let's move on to the curricular goals. Curricular goals, we have direction to curriculum, and then development and the implementation. The curricular goals gives the direction to curriculum, development and implementation. They are derived from the aims specific to the stage in educational. Nothing is foundational stage. So as per NCF, the National Curriculum Framework, which guides the development of all curricular state, the curriculum goals also. Now we'll move on to the competencies. Competencies is nothing but they are given learning achievements, assisted systematically, and then competencies are articulated in curriculum framework. So competencies are usually from learning achievement, so that are observable and assisted systematically. There is a system for that, and they will be assisted systematically. Competencies are derived from curricular goal, and also competencies are articulated in curriculum framework. Curriculum develops, they can modify the competencies to address the specific contents which curriculum is being developed. And then next we will move on to the learning outcomes. Learning outcomes, it's really help the teachers to enable the teachers to plan the content and based on the pedagogy assessment towards achieving specific competencies. So learning outcome describes the measurable skills, abilities, knowledge or value that students should be able to demonstrate to a result of completing the course. And usually the learning outcome are granular, milestone of learning, and usually progress in a sequence leading to attainment of competencies. What are the students' learning outcome? Cognitive knowledge related to a discipline, and then skills and ability, physical and intellectual skills related to a discipline, again the effective attitudes, behavior and values and related to a discipline. Now over to Pratibha, and she is going to explain about the competency once again.
To all, me Pratibha from KRM Public School, here to explain about explain more about the introduction of aim. Yes, what is aim? The aim is all about what we are going to attain. Yes, what is the aim for us is to align the syllabus, pedagogical practices, institutional culture, and more to achieve what we want for education. The main thing is the person who develops our curriculum. The curricular developer plays a major important role in designing the whole structure. So he has to take into account what are the points is relative stability, cross-cutting, the relevance. So whatever the things which is relevant for the syllabus should be taken by the developer who develops the curriculum. And maybe required changes, if there is a change in technology or changes, whatever needs for the syllabus should also be implemented. Then the decision taken, which matter to be there in the syllabus or not, should be analyzed only by the curriculum developer. Then we are coming to the aims of the learning outcomes. Outcome driven focus on achieving the end result. Our main aim is to achieve the result. This is what is being told in the first point. Next thing is the well-planned documentation, acted ease of operation. So the curriculum which we plan should be well planned to reach the goal. Aim broken into small goals. So we are as NCF says, from age 3 to 8, we have to break down into the ages. At the age of 3, the child should do this thing. At the age of 4, the child should do these things. So total till 8 years we have to grow the whatever the aim which the child should do. Next comes the maximum relevant knowledge. The knowledge for a 3-year child should be there. The knowledge for the 4-year child should be there. The curriculum has to be designed according to their ages and the limits. Next comes the ensure futuristic and job readiness for learners. So they have to be in a position to learn. Next, emphasis innovation. We have to implement new techniques for reading, for the activities which we are do for our children. Next, to enhance analyze power and logical thinking of the learners. Creativity. Creativity is a main thing for children. So the creativity what we build at this early age will be there for lifelong. Next, to encourage the learners to contribute towards the better society. So the curriculum should be designed to be the person whom we develop should be a righteous person for the society also. Next slide. Yes, we have already seen this slide before. The 5 layers, the 5 elements, the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manonmaya, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya. Yes, we go to the next slide. Yes, about the competency. Let's thank you for my part, and next will be continued by
The curricular goals in depth. So the curricular goals from the fundamental stage have been outlined in this upcoming slides. They are derived from the aims and specific to a stage. So what is meant by curricular goals? Curricular goals are statements that gives a directions to curriculum, development and implementation. They are derived from the aims and the specific to a stage in education. For example, the foundational stage. This curriculum goals can be reviewed periodically. It's not non-periodically, it's periodically can be reviewed. And the curricular goals have been numbered as CG1, that is nothing but it's curricular goal from 1 to curricular goal 13. Next, we will move on to the developmental domains. So now we are going to see about the developmental domains. Under the developmental domains, we have physical development, socio-emotional and ethical development, and cognitive development, and language and literacy development, and aesthetic and cultural development. So additionally, we have last one is developing positive learning habits. Is another relevant goal for the foundational stage. So these will help the holistic development of the children to account of nurturing and nourishment of this domain. So next we are going to see about what is the physical development domain. Under physical development domain, what are the curricular goals in that? So CG1 it's nothing but CG is nothing but it's a curricular goal. So curricular goal 1 it states about children develop habits that keep them healthy and safe. CG2 it's curricular goal 2, children develop sharpness in sensorial perception. So physical development it's nothing but it's a demonstrate strength, balance and coordination, children playing and moving energetically such as running, jumping, hopping like that. And the sensorial perception is the capacity of an individual to detect the experience and senses the stimuli in their environment. And then for the children develop a fit and flexible body control, that's a muscular flexibility which is the ability to move and join freely. So over to Vasanthi ma'am, and she's going to tell about the competencies.
From KRM Public School, and now I am going to discuss about the competencies of National Curriculum Framework. First we'll go, what is competencies? Competencies is the National Curriculum Framework. It includes like socio, emotional and physical development. It also includes the development of critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, collaboration and communication, and also digital literacy skills among learners. It is also include the development of values such as respect for diversity, empathy, social responsibility and environmental awareness, and also life skills among learners. We have seen curricular goals for all the domains. At the same way, we are going to discuss about the competencies also. First, we will go for the physical development. Here we have some guidelines. For physical development competency. First one is motor skills. Motor skills, children should develop a range of gross motor and fine motor skills such as running, jumping, catching, throwing, cutting with scissors and holding a pencil. It includes motor skills. Next, we'll go for movement and coordination and control. Children should be able to control and coordinate their movements with a focus on balance, agility, and coordination. Next, we'll go for physical fitness. Children should have the opportunity to engage in activities that develop their fitness, muscular strength, and flexibility. Next, health and safety. Children should learn about how to maintain good health and to keep themselves safe, such as through regular exercise, proper nutrition, and also about personal hygiene, understand the unsafe situation, and ask for help. Next, we go for sensorial perception. This you can go along with the sensorial activities like smelling, tasting, then visualizing some symbols and representations, and also audibly we can hear the sounds, different kinds of pitch, tempo, all these things comes under sensorial perception. All these being integrating sensorial perceptions to get a holistic development of their experiences. These competencies can be supported through the variety of physical activities such as sports, dance, gymnastics, role play, outdoor play, physical activities, etc. Now we'll go for the curricular goals of next socio, emotional and ethical development. Over to Jyoti.
As we earlier we discussed about the curricular goals and outcome. Now we are going to see what is curricular goals and their competency. Now we are going to see about the outcome. What is outcome? Measurable statement that articulate at the beginning what students should know, be able to do or value as a result of taking a course and completing the program. When you see from backward, it is the main objective. The goal is going to be obtained only in this outcome stage. Next, elements of outcome. First element is interim marker. What is the interim marker? The marker which differentiate the different stages from 3 years to 8 years. The 3 years child has to get these outcomes. The 4-year child has to get this outcome. So there is separate segment for each and every year. So specific competency. For example, a child is born. A child can able to walk only at the age of 1. So specific outcome should be related to the specific year the child is in. Next, progress in sequence. The child should progress only in a sequence from first stage to next stage to next stage, not from A to E. Next, enable the teacher to plan. This helps the teacher to plan her academics. Next, the autonomy to reimagine. It enhances to learn motivation and to lead more effective learning. Next, as we saw before, the types of outcomes and the domains for physical development, social, emotional, ethical, cognitive development, language literacy development, aesthetic and cultural development. Yes, you can see from A to E, it is arranged in progress. The child should first attain the A level, then B level, C level, D level and E level. So should be in a range. Next, we are going to see about the physical development. According to the goal, children have to develop sharpness and sensorial perception. Competency is differentiate between shape, colors and their shapes. For example, the child has to know about the primary colors. That's the yellow, red and blue. It is the first stage, that is A. Next, they should differentiate between light yellow and dark yellow. Next, they have to predict the color between two mixing of colors. We have two colors here, that's the yellow and blue. The result will be mixing both the colors will be green. Yes, you can see it's a green. So children have to identify mixing both the colors, what result they will get after mixing both the colors. Next, they have to predict before what color will be there. By mixing yellow and blue, what color we get from that. Then the last is drawing and decorating the display. Next, the children object is based on their colors and they have to collect all the red color together. Next will be the next range, that is for B is that the length and breadth. So they have to identify the length, breadth, what shape is the object is about. They have to take from small to big and big to small, and they can use Make parents solve puzzle playing this game by identifying the colors and arranging from small to big and big to small. Now, over to Jyothi.
We have seen that the physical development under that domain, we have seen like competencies we have seen, and we have seen the learning outcome, everything. Now we will move on to the next slide, that is socio-emotional and ethical development domain. So under this domain, we are going to see about the curricular goals. Curricular goal 4, children develop emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage their own emotions and respond positively to social norms. There are 5 key elements for the emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-regulation, and motivation, and empathy and social skills. So introducing an ethics component into the curriculum yearly and through the years of the school is extremely important in helping the student to build a character, grow up in a good human being, and lead productive and happy lives for them, and also contribute positively to the society. So children develop emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage their own emotion, as I said, and respond positively to social norms. So children develop, then the curricular goal 5, it's about children develop a positive attitude towards a productive work and service or seva. And then for the curricular goal 6, it's all about children develop a positive regard for the natural environment and around them. So basic ethical reasoning, it's include the school curriculum important, doing what is right, what is wrong, and logical framework will hurt others, will it hurt somebody, like that. So it is good or good thing we are doing or not, we have to find out that. In later stages, educational, like education is a framework, then they expand a broader thing like tolerance, non-violence, honesty, equality, empathy. So these practices are daily activities that can make the children, they can understand the social, emotional, and ethical development of the child. So over to Vasiti ma'am.
For social, emotional, and ethical development. First one is emotional intelligence. In this, first one is emotional intelligence. In this, children should develop their emotional intelligence. That is, they should have the ability to understand and manage their own emotions, and also respond positively to the social norms. That is, they should understand and respond positively to different thoughts, preferences, emotional needs of others. Next one is positive attitude. Children should develop positive attitude towards the productive work and service or seva. Next one is positive regard. In this, children should develop their positive regard for the natural environment. That is, they should show care for and joy in engaging with all life forms. These competencies in this can be supported through a variety of learning experiences such as role playing, debate, service projects, and student leadership opportunities as part of the curriculum. Next, we are going to discuss about the cognitive development. For this, we are going to discuss about the outcomes of this same intelligence. Now over to Pradeep.
So we are going to now discuss about the social, emotional, ethical development outcome. This is the chart given. The goal is children have to develop a positive attitude towards a productive work. Competency is to engage the age-appropriated work at school and as well as home. This is the basic things where children will do in our homes also. That is to keep the thing at the same right place. So keeping their toys, arranging their toys, then organize the classroom, so where they have to keep their lunch bags, where they have to keep their bags, where they have to sit. They have to arrange themselves, clean their own plates at home. Yes, and then germination takes place, seeding in local trees. So they have to get an interest towards the planting activities. Then to assist teacher to create TLM. Yes, I have an example for that. This is a TLM we created in our class. It's a snowman. This was done by our student as well as under the guidance of the teachers. So this is for winter season. We made this. So this is the classic example. Now over to Jyoti.
So last slides we have seen that about the physical development as well as under that we have seen the curricular goals and after that we have seen the social emotional. Now we will move on to the cognitive development domain and then we are going to see about the curricular goals. Curricular goal 7, children make sense of the world around through observation and logical thinking. So curricular goals is cognitive development means how the children think, explore and figure things out. And it is as the development of the knowledge, skills, problem solving and disposition. So logical thinking, it's nothing but it's analyzing a situation and problem using the reason and coming up with a potential solution. So in the curricular goal 8, it's about children develop mathematical understanding and abilities to recognize the world through the quantities, shapes and measures. Now we will move on to the cognitive development competencies.
This is the competencies for cognitive development. First one is memory and attention. Strengthening this memory and attention through various activities and teaching. Next one is logical and critical thinking. For promoting this, we have so many things like problem solving and analytical tasks. It must be given to the children to understand the logical and critical thinking. Creative and imagination. Encouraging this through the various art and design activities. Next one is metacognition. That is awareness and understanding of one's thought processes. Developing metacognition skills such as self-reflection and awareness of personal learning preferences. Next one is decision making and problem solving skill. This is one of the most skill, providing experiences that help children learn how to make informed decisions and solve problems. Next one is strategic thinking. Helping children develop strategic thinking skills which involve anticipating consequences and predicting outcomes. Mindfulness. Teaching children mindfulness techniques to help them manage their own emotions and attention. Overall, the NCF on cognitive development aims to provide students with the necessary knowledge and skill to become lifelong learners and effective problem solvers. For this, we have learning outcomes also. Now we'll move over to
Next comes cognitive development outcome. The goal is the children have to develop mathematical and understanding ability to recognize the world through quantities, shapes and measurement. Competency arrange the numbers up to 99 in ascending as well as descending order. Yes, the children have to arrange the familiar instant from morning. For example, we ask the children, why are you crying? They will start telling from morning I got up. So child have to arrange the instant what happened to them from morning or from evening till evening like that. Next grade is to arrange the object on size 3 levels, big, small. First they have to arrange which is the big object, small object, then small, smaller, smallest, big, bigger, biggest. Next range is up to 5 objects based on their size. We are going to give 5 objects. They have to arrange from increasing to decreasing and decreasing to increase. Arrange the same set of objects, different sequence based on the different properties. Yes, we are going to give pencil, eraser and scale. They have to arrange first eraser will be there, then pencil, then scale. According to their length, height, size and weight they have to arrange. For example, next the last stage, that is arrangement of numbers given in ascending and descending order. While practicing all these levels, the child can be able to arrange the numbers from 1 to 10 or from 10 to 1, ascending and descending order. Over to Jyoti.
Now let's see about the language and literacy development domain and the curricular goals. Curricular goal 9, it's about children develop effective communication skill for day-to-day interaction in 2 languages. So it refers to the child emerging abilities to understand and the use of languages, the ability to listen and understand the language and express the ability to use the language to communicate ideas, thoughts and feelings. So children develop fluency in reading and writing in language 1. It's about then how the children they are expressing their thoughts, everything. And the children develop fluency in reading and writing in language 1. It comes under curricular goal 8. And curricular goal 11, it's about children beginning to read and write in language 2. Next, we are going to have a competencies.
Now we have the competencies for language and literacy development. The first one is phonological awareness. Ability to hear and manipulate the sounds of language, including phonemes, syllables, and words. Next one is vocabulary development. Building and understanding the meaning of words and their usages. Next, comprehension. Understanding the meaning of spoken and written text. Fluency. Developing efficient reading and writing skills. Next one is writing skills. Developing skills to express thought, ideas, and opinions in written form. Communication skill. Developing skills to communicate effectively, including listening, speaking, and non-verbal communication like body gestures, sign languages. Like listens and creates simple songs, rhymes, and poems on their own. Narrate short stories with clear plot and characters. Understand oral instruction and gives clear oral instructions for the same to others. On the whole, a NCF on language and literacy development aims to provide students with the necessary skills to become literate and effective communicators. For this outcome, over to Pratibha.
Next comes language literacy development outcome. So the goal is to develop a fluency in reading and writing in language 1. And the next is the competency, read short stories comprehensive, the meaning, identify the character, storyline, and the author wants to say on their own. Yes, this helps the children to develop their reading habits. And this first thing they do in the range of what A is, they can able to read it loud. What letter is this? And the meaning, they can analyze what the meaning of the letter is all about. Then they share reading along with the teacher. We help the children to learn and to understand what word is that, how to sound the word, what is the meaning of the word. Next comes guided reading. With the help of us, our teachers, the children start learning by turning reading on his or her own. Next, independent reading. Without anyone's help, the children start reading and start reading more and more all visual books. First, we have to give visual oriented books for the children. Next, only we have to go for the comprehensive books for the children. These, and then they start analyzing about the book, the picture, and the character, what they have in the picture, and they can able to say the story on their own. This comes under the outcome of the language and literacy development. And over to Jyoti.
So next we are going to discuss about the aesthetic and cultural development domain. Under this we are going to see about the curricular goals. Curricular goal 12, children develop abilities and sensibilities in visual and performing arts and express their emotions with art in meaningful and joyful way. So children at this foundational stage learn through play, which includes a wide range of activities and stimulating experiences, and all these activities experience need to organize in the manner so the children remain engaged along with the being emotionally and mentally and motivated to learn them what are the concepts they are going to learn. So children also learn by observing whatever we are doing. Actually, they will learn from other children by observing, by doing, by listening, by reading, speaking, writing, and thinking and practicing. So children learn new concepts through the activities what we are going to conduct, and we connect with this newly infused knowledge with the existing knowledge. So next we are going to see about competencies.
Aesthetic and cultural development. First one is creativity and innovation. This competency involves encouraging students to engage in various creative pursuits and to develop innovative solutions to problems. This can be fostered through projects, drama, music, and role play and other activities that allow for the children to express their self-expression and exploration. Next one is collaboration. That is mainly needed works collaboratively in arts. Overall, the NCF emphasizes the importance of developing this aesthetic and cultural development and understanding and encourages educators to integrate these competencies in all areas of the curriculum. Now, for outcomes, we have
Aesthetic cultural development. The aim is to develop the abilities and sensibility in visual performing arts, express their emotions through art in a meaningful and a joyful way. Competency explores the play with a variety of materials to create 2-dimension, 3-dimension art form. Yes, first the children chooses the tools. What are they going to do about a particular toy? For example, we take clay. What are the things they make from clay? Yes. What are the things the child can able to make from a clay? Any type of tree, bird, animals. What are the creativity about the depends upon the creativity of the child. Then comes then the child started grasping sticks, pebbles, the artwork which is done out of the objects. Next comes dark and light impression of while shading, pencil shading can be a example for this. Darker shade and the lighter shade of pencil or crayon colors. Next, drawing an image. Then, how about putting rangolis? So many child are interested in putting rangoli at the age from 3 to 5. The girl child at your house, they will be started doing. I will also put rangoli today. So this is an example for that. So to increase the creativity among the children, this outcomes, the aesthetic and cultural development plays a major role in developing the creativity of the children. Next, they're creating imprints and block stencils. So they create in case of clay molding, they have stencils like elephant, tiger and all. They will start using the stencil, make and identify whether it's a tiger or elephant, etc. And different textures. They start experimenting about the different textures such as sand, flour and paint. They know the difference between the different textures of things around them. Over to Jules.
So the last one is we are going to see about the developing positive learning habits. Curricular goal 13. Children develop habits of learning that allow them to engage actively in formal learning environments like a school classroom. So children playing and playfulness can be nurtured and strengthened through experience of active participation with others, with the peer group, with the natural and the real world materials that provoke the enhancing the children's learning also. In the NCF, for the foundational stage, the learning expectation of ethics, values, and disposition are embedded as part of classroom processes. In the selection of content, the pedagogical approaches and the assessment tool, for examples, shows the kindness and helpfulness to others, including plants, even with animals, even with human beings. Also, it is well understood that children learn these ideas, the practices best in an integral part of the teaching learning process. So that's all about. As a group from KRM Public School, we have come together to elaborate on the Chapter 2 aims of the competencies, the learning outcome, about the goals, the ideas of NCF to enhance the children in the foundational stage. Thank you.